Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, biggest gob in the sport. We're just waiting for Richard to honour us with his presence from whatever country he's in. He'll be here with us in a minute. I've got a few questions we're going to ask him. I hope everybody's well. Oh. Rich, where are you, mate? We're waiting for you. He shouldn't be too far. He's Richard's one of them like me. To be on time is late. To be late is rude. That's how I look at it. So it's all good stuff, isn't it? Sat here being left hanging by Richard. Oh. So Friday, everybody will be looking forward to going on drink. Boxing on in Sheffield, isn't it? Manchester. It's all good stuff, isn't it? Here we are. So, how you doing, pal? All right, mate? I don't know what it is with people these days. It's easier to work Zoom, isn't it, on your computers than on phones. Oh, hey there, Richard. Losing will to live. So impatient lately. Come on, Richard, what are you doing? Oh, there are we. Just take this off. Oh, yeah. All right, lad. All right. Unmute yourself. It's your end, not mine. Oh, you're on here. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I don't even need an introduction. What country are you in?
Germany. Flying back now. Flying back in a couple of hours.
What would you want to go there for? Work. I know you. You love it. What's currency called over there? Dutch marks, is it, or whatever?
No, it's euros, mate.
Euros, is it?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be like that soon?
No, we've come out of Europe, haven't we?
Have we? Oh. I don't know what's the matter with me, Rich. I might have to go back to Claremont. £159 this morning.
Wow.
Cut beer out, and I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know what to do with myself.
I'm same. I've cut beer out for the next 2 weeks.
I've just jotted about 10, 11 bullet points down for this interview, so I'm just going to give it to you straight, because you don't give me any. So, got it right this time. We've got no batteries in. Nicola got me that. Nicola, you got me that when you worked here before you left the big run. Well, I've kept it. Right, Chisora and John Fury are annoying me because they keep coming out with all this Saudi is great, Saudi is good, great people, great country and all that. These are supposed to be fighting men, right? But yet their tongues are that far up these Saudis' arseholes. I'm starting to wonder if these are even real men. What do you think about that, Richard?
Money in it. Only bothered about one thing, but that's money.
It's embarrassing to see them come out with it all because it's like whore behaviour, isn't it? Brassing themselves up, brassers. And I see it and I think to myself, these are grown men, right, carrying off like this. On all this little circle in boxing at the moment, I am up to in here with it. They're all arse licking and bigging up everything Saudi. I'll never go to Saudi because I've got a big gob. I'll probably end up chopped up, or I'll probably nick some or throw a crisp packet on the floor or something and never get out. But these people now, it's become that embarrassing and that greedy. Like I said, it reaches into core, doesn't it? Greed. I don't know where I am with it. I don't know what's true for what's not true for anymore, Rich. Help me out, mate. Help me out.
I wish I could, mate.
I'm ready for knackers yard.
Mate, I'm as confused as Dave Allen trying to do a two-piece jigsaw puzzle. You know what I mean?
Dave Allen.
It's
Dave Allen's not even got a fight. Nobody's got a fight.
No, this Saudi thing, it's same, isn't it? It's always the same. There's some money at the end of it. People just prostitute themselves out and get over there and try and get a quick quid. That's how it is. That's how it is, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm embarrassed as well for Derek. But did you watch Talksport yesterday?
I did watch a bit of it. Yeah, I watched.
Did you see Bricktop and Simon Jordan?
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm going to give Simon Jordan his props today. I think you've evened it. I think you and Bricktop are now 1-on-1 against each other. Because that performance the week before, you ought to bury your head, Simon Jordan. You and the Gadfather. But yesterday, I thought you were all right. I thought Gad were weak as piss around Frank. Frightened to death of an old man that's shot to bits with a dint in his fucking head. I can't believe it. Why don't they just put it on him straight and say, Frank, you're not making the fights. You're here today to water down the Fury mess and to clean it up. Because the lies that they're coming out is unbelievable. If I'd have had him there yesterday, he'd have been crying, mate, what I had ready for him. But nobody's going to ask him, are they? Nobody wants to lose access. And I'm losing will to live with it, mate. People are getting access to him and shit in the pants.
Yeah, well, I watched it. I thought
I've seen it with my fucking eyeballs. Everybody's a good gunner, aren't they?
Yep. I watched it, mate, and I thought Simon Jordan attempted to put it on him. But I thought, I thought Bricktop handled him quite well.
They're old stagers at this stage of game, aren't they? It's not their first rodeo, is it? They build it up into this big thing, and then they get them on there, places like Talksport, and they shit the pants. They shit the pants.
What did you think to point that Warren made regarding, Bricktop made regarding this contract offer in January, though? Do you think that was...
Well, it's getting further and further away. We've gone April, July, August, September, December, Jan. They've just got rid of 10 months there, 9-10 months. It's
no,
just
mate, I'm on about...
bull. What?
No, mate, I'm on about when he said he offered him last January. Last January, he offered Joshua a contract. First one.
What, when it just
December,
been done by Usyk? He was vulnerable as own one, is there? Why would he take that fight then?
Well, he shouldn't do.
They had to bring him back with at least one warm-up, didn't they? Surely after 2 hammerings. I mean, you could give him 5 or 6 rounds out of 24 against Usyk. It's a complete schooling, wasn't it? I mean, how did they even get that split decision? What were they watching? Split decision? No,
calm down, but it's a Friday. It's Friday. Calm down.
Hang on, I've just got to straighten my jacket up. I've got OCD. That's better. We know Lemon were a gift off a close pal. So I've got to look after it. No, mate, listen. This is how I look at it. We're being lied to. They're giving us lip service constantly. And it's the same merry-go-round, isn't it, IFL? I mean, they're even doing some shows Sunday, some at 95 quid to see Eddie Coogan, Frank Smith and Johnny Fisher's daddy to Chinese. Forget that. Look, we're being given lip service constantly, but it's the same old merry-go-round and it talks for IFL, Sky. I could be doing the wrong thing here doing this, mate. I could be doing. I'm all right in front of the camera, and I've got plenty of rattle. But I don't know if this is going to be me moving forward, this boxing game, mate, because we are the heavyweight division. What have we got, Richard? What have we got? I didn't know, is there?
Yeah, I heard you and Julian talk about it the other day. Regarding heavyweight scene and what it was like and what it is like. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. And I am attracted to heavyweight division. I am one of these people that's attracted to it more than other divisions. I love all other divisions, but there's nothing else to look at the minute. Heavyweight scene's parked up.
Heavyweight what?
Heavyweight scene's parked up in it. It's totally parked up.
It's parked up, man. Daniel Dubois, Usyk. Usyk's now 11 months out of action. Dubois 8 months out of action. They're supposed to be going to fight next month. It's July now, isn't it? Or tomorrow. What are they going to fight or what? Because they're not even announced it, have they? Right? Is that you think they're going to fight? Yeah.
No, I think they're going. I think Usyk's in the same position with Saudi. I don't think it. I think he should take Dubai fight because it's not exactly a massive risk for him.
But listen.
I don't think it's a risk for him, so he should take it just to keep himself active.
Well, if he gets cut, though, if he gets cut.
Exactly, yeah. So he'll not risk it, and it's like he's been on today, Eddie Hearn. I listened to it. I didn't watch it. I just listened to it in car on the way to the airport.
Groundhog Day, isn't it?
Yeah, and Eddie Hearn said that this Saudi deal is worth 60 million for Joshua. 60 mil if he fights Wilder in Saudi. He's actually said that. Come out and said that today.
Yeah, well, they're not going to risk AJ. They're not doing anybody. So that Dylan White fight, that's gone. They're not going to risk Usyk. So they're all waiting on Fury. Now he holds all the aces, doesn't he, really? Without Fury, it all collapses, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he's not fighting anybody, is he? He's not fighting anybody, and he's not gonna. Again, it's not much of a risk for him, Fury. Whoever he fights, I think is odds-on favourite. But he could twist an ankle, like you say, he could get a cut, and they're all just hanging on for this December, January time frame. And only people that suffer at boxing fans, aren't they?
Suffer? It's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's a total and utter disaster. And do you know what? Bricktop knows there's no happening. Hills knows. But they're stringing everybody along, and they've managed to string us along this long now. Usyk had it ring 11 months. We've been hanging on to everywhere for every day. I'm up to here, mate, now. Yeah. Maybe I can be doing better things in my time here than this. They're not getting us, they're just lying. They're lying to us constantly. Fucking lying.
Yeah, mate, you're in a different position to me because you like doing this, and you've got a decent platform, and a lot of people like tuning in, including me. But as regards following boxing scene now, you've heard this a couple of times off me now. I'll dip in and out a little bit. I listen to things in the car because it's just easy for me. But I don't invest any time in it anymore. Just tell me when fight's on and I'll tune in. If you text me and say, "Oh, okay, are you watching fight this weekend?" I'll say, "Yeah," but I won't watch any build up to it. The only exception to that, which were a breath of fresh air, was did you also watch Bricktop and Joe Joyce on TalkSport yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's nice to see that him and Zhang are going to fight.
But it's a pleasure to hear somebody like Joe Joyce, isn't it? It's a pleasure.
It is.
Honest, humble. He hasn't been all over Instagram and social media talking about what he's going to do and what he's not going to do.
No.
He's not made any excuses about his loss. Not any at all. He just said, my eye closed, not a lot I could do it. You were better than I thought. I'm going to give it another go. How refreshing is that?
That is fantastic. And do you know what? I'm Team Big Stiff. I am. Sorry, not Team Juggernaut. I forgot what they call him now. I've got that many names spinning around in my little tiny brain. That's a good fight, that. The first one was a decent one, wasn't it? Just to see Joe tested. Now he's going to be really up against it. But good luck to Big Joe. But let me just get this in before I forget. The Muppet. Yeah, you know you are Muppet. You keep emailing me, right? You keep going on about Carl Froch frightened to death for Calzaghe. Let me just say this to you, mate. It was mandatory for Joe Calzaghe. On the very last day, which is 9 months, he vacated Calzaghe. The offer was a 45-page contract, 3 other fights he would have had to fight. He'd have had to fight Calzaghe twice and another one. So why should Mick Hennessy put all his eggs into one basket with Carl Froch for him meant to go fight for Bricktop for 3 fights? On a mandatory in 2008. So don't anybody tell me that Eddie Hills started inventing these rematch clauses off mandatories because Frank Warren were offering them about in 2008. Isn't that right? Bricktop! So that's that one put to bed. Why would anybody want to fight a mandatory and be tied to Bricktop for 3 fights when they don't even like him? So get a grip of yourself, Robert. All right, sending me that crap. Right. Page 2 now. I've got that out of my system. So it's looking like 2024 for Fury Usyk. I don't even see it ever happening now. It's further away now than ever.
Well, I don't, I don't think that Usyk's got much long left in him. I think he's going to age, very shortly.
11 months parked up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fight Dave.
I mean, he's a legend, isn't he? He's a legend. He's one of the greats, as far as I'm concerned. But I don't think he don't go into that fight as favourite. I think Fury deals with him, but I think the longer it goes on, the less it favours Usyk's chances. He's getting old, I think.
Yeah, he is, and but Usyk and Fury is what I want more than anything. I just want that undisputed. We haven't had it for 20 years. Just give us this one, and then you can do what you want with belts. We just know we've got one man to look up to, then, don't we? One hero. Whether it's Usyk or Tyson, they've got to fight because they're killing it. Because all this talk about undisputed, all roads lead to undisputed, we've had for 11 years now from Eddie Hills. And it don't lead to that, does it? It leads to them filling the bank accounts, filling the books, and lying to us. So, I'm dejected.
I can tell.
I am, mate. Honestly, do you know what, mate? I remember I've been on some good nights out with boxing, but I've been out good nights on piss and go back to people's houses, like, my mates, Dennis's or other people's, and people I know around where I live. And we're so even, we're so excited to see the good fights and the anticipation and, the evening starting and all that. And in there, is it? There's no football season, there's no boxing, is there?
No, those are all seeing days, aren't they, mate? I don't see them ever coming back, and I don't want to get sort of bore you to death, but boxing is on a very, very slow but sure decline, and that is it. It's being killed, and I'm not sure that boxing as a mainstream sport will be around in 20 years, maybe not even 10. I really don't. I think people will still do it, but when we were kids, who did we think were baddest man on planet?
Ali, Mike
Heavyweight.
Tyson.
Larry
Holmes, Ali, Mike Tyson. Lennox. They were baddest guys, weren't they, at the time? In our era.
Yeah, we thought. Yeah, that's right. That's the biggest prize in sport. But now people don't think that, and especially when they're not fighting each other and parking it up, and they know that if it were on the road, 99 times out of 100, the MMA guy would beat the boxer if it was on the road. In a ring, different matter. But people start tuning into that because it's more exciting. They're fighting each other. And we can't get people to fight each other in boxing. And 10 or 15 years down the line, what's going to happen is it's going to be a bit of a niche sport. People still take it up, but it'll be like judo or karate. You know what I mean? Nobody goes to watch it unless you're like a few hundred people who are enthusiastic about the art form. But as regards a mainstream sport, I'm frightened for it. All these crossover shit and all that sort. Sorry for swearing. All this crossover stuff. It's killing sport. It's killing sport, and people being parked up and not fighting each other and having 5 or 6 governing bodies. You can include IBO or however many it is. It's shocking.
Yeah, it is, mate.
That's my fear for it, mate.
I just want them belts scattered. I just want one champion. Just keep your ring belt. Get rid of lot. Get rid of all of them. Just know you're main man. Get rid of lot. And just, you'll be known as the man. I'm the man, but I don't need a belt because I'm the baddest man. That should be good enough, shouldn't it, for us fans? Shouldn't it, really?
We know who it is, don't we? We know who it is anyway. We've got in most divisions, there's a few exceptions. I mean, I can't wait for Spence Crawford fight. I'm licking my lips on that one.
What about Viterbi Callum Smith? That's a bit refreshing as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's some fights I'm looking forward to, but in most divisions, the fans know who the best bloke is, don't they? Yeah. We don't often get shocked, do we? Not often.
We don't, mate. Fury Ngannou, Fury Bacoli, Chisora Ngannou, Chisora John Jones, Bricktop coming out. We've got a game changer. We're going to announce it in next 2 weeks. 2 more weeks. What is that? Why would you say you've got something massive? We're going to announce it in 2 weeks. Oh, I've never heard out like that in my life, Richard. Have you?
It's
Have you heard?
ridiculous.
Have you heard that? We've got news for it. We're going to tell you in 2 weeks. Bricktop, what are you doing to me? Oh, dinted. Hey?
I think they stick a little bit of an hook out there, mate. And if they get enough chatter on social media, then they'll think about making it. They'll think they'll tout. Chisora will tout himself against Unganu. See if there's enough interest in it. If there's enough interest in it, he'll be able to go to somebody who can stage it and say, "Look, all these fans are after this. Let's try and get it on now." And I think that's what the part of the game is. I think there's nothing solid, and what they're trying to do is build something. So engage what interested. If you don't get any chatter on social media and people start saying not tuning in, it's a waste of time. I don't think they'll pursue it. If you get 4 million people all in the same sort of camp as what's his name, YouTuber, famous YouTuber, can't even remember his name. That's how important it is to me. The guy who,
KSI,
yeah,
all that
exactly,
shit.
all that, yeah. If they got 4 million followers, all saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see that. How interesting that is." Blah blah blah. Then they might get some money put up front for it, and I think that's part of what they're doing. They're just trying to create and gauge what interest there is in it.
Yeah, and then they check their analytics. Oh, they all want that. That's how I look at it, right? We don't want to see Dylan White and Chisora free. Let me just get that in before we start. Area level, stroke, English level guys. Now, they've been at world level. They're going down now, aren't they? Not world champions. They've been Euro stroke world, aren't they? Top 15, top 10 men, aren't they? They would struggle now against Fabio Wardley. I think Fabio Wardley dusts them, and he's British level, right? So that makes them English level stroke area. Am I right?
Yeah, you are right. And I think from what I've heard on, what you hear on Grapevine and the people who talk boxing, texting each other and stuff like that, I've heard that Fabio Wardley takes care of Dylan White in sparring.
Well, I've
9
heard
times
Fraser,
out of 10.
Yeah, well, I've heard Fraser Clark were knocking the can man about, Dylan White. Knocking him about. Big phrase. It's big phrase. We're knocking him about, so they're next gen, aren't they? So they know that their time's in the sun. So they're hanging on for these big fights, trying to win as much as they can out of fans. Unbelievable, the brass neck of them. Is Dylan White going to Sky? Somebody's asked me.
He'll go to whoever's going to get. He's going to go to whoever's going to give him most money. I think his problem is at the moment, mate, because what you've just said. I don't think there's a lot of interest in him. No. Like Julian said it, didn't he? Last 4 fights, 2-2. I think you might have said it. I think it was during the chat to Julian. 2-2 in his last 4 fights. Not great, is it?
Povetkin and what? Yeah, he really lost the last one, Dylan. It could have gone either way, couldn't it?
I think he lost.
So he knows he's finished. He's fat as a prim. He's out here twice my size. I bet he's 22 clem him, 23 clem easy. Easily. No, the size of him.
When he's walking about not in training, I think he ticks over, but I don't think he's at it like Fury is. Pretty good standard every day, most days.
If this Saudi money don't materialise, will they all look muggy?
Of course they will, won't they? Because they'll have what they've done. They're gambling, aren't they, mate? And if they're gambling, and if it don't come off, not only have they lost the 60 million or however many million they think they're going to get for that Saudi deal, what they've lost is a 2023 with no revenue coming in because they've not fought anybody else.
Exactly.
How's that going to look?
Well, if Joe Joyce gets an injury now, that's Bricktop knackered for this year with heavyweights, isn't it? And if Jabbar don't fight Usyk, where are they going? They've all shown the true colours. Instead of just saying to your fighters, because this is what I'd say. I say, listen, this is who we can get you now, or you can wait for something that might not happen. So what do you want to do? That's all you've got to say to them. Do you want to sit and wait for something that's 50-50, or do you want something that's guaranteed now? It's not rocket science, but they're all so greedy, they'll sit and park up and let us suffer. But boxing fans, they're quite fickle. And do you know, sooner or later, there's going to be like a bubble burst with this, and people are going to go, you know what? This ain't right. And the man in the street, it's happening now. When I talk, you know these lads next door, don't they? They just run at me old lads, aren't they? They don't even want to come on channel and talk about boxing, mate. Now they're like, not interested, people around here. On industrial estate, how we do it up? Don't be starting with boxing, Port. We're not interested. They're sick of it, mate. Sick of it. And these are going on TalkSport. Frank Lawrence saying, Tyson's more popular than ever. Frank, pull other one, it's got bells on. Or, do me a favour, shoulder roll job. Do you know what I mean? Makes Archie Moore look tame, doesn't he, Frank? Did you see him in his suit? He looks about 8 stone wet, but he was wasted away with his blow-dry quip and his lilac tie. He looked a complete and utter whopper. Honestly. Suits don't mean nothing. Get the fights made and stop telling whoppers. Whopinators. Yeah, he just winds me. Oh, winds me off the clock. Winds me off the clock. But I'd like to see Dave Allen in with Dylan White again, or Chisora, because I think they're at that level now, aren't they?
I think Chisora and Dillian White are at that level. I think Dave Allen's at almost just going to fall over level. I don't want to see him in a boxing ring ever again. I said that to you before, mate.
I want to see David again now.
No, not interested. I think he's done, and I don't want to see him get badly hurt.
Do you think he'd just be coming back for a big fight to get knocked about?
Yes.
Do you feel though that he's entitled to that money though for what he did for Matchroom, spilling his guts? Because I do.
I think every boxer's entitled to as much as he can get, bud, because they're a different breed and they deserve every penny they can wring out at sport to a point, but not to a point where they're going to put their lives at risk. Safety's got to be first regarding that, and I just can see it happening.
Can you?
I can, yeah, I can. He's been badly beaten several times. He's talked about it himself on various podcasts and whatever. You know, done at toilet and seeing blood for 2 weeks after Ortiz fight. That's not good for you. He got wrecked by David Price, didn't he? Wrecked.
Do you think that the 4 fights he's had with Dennis were 4 knockouts, obviously, and 4 we losing records kind of thing? Do you think these last 4 fights he's had, they've not been against good opponents for David, have they? Do you think that is the wrong preparation for going in against somebody like Wardley or David Adley?
Oh, absolutely, it's wrong preparation. But I think some of that's got to be laid at Dennis's shoes, and some of it's got to be laid at Dave Allen's shoes. But if Dave Allen isn't trained, I don't know this, but if Dave Allen isn't training and he's going AWOL half the time, how can somebody get him a fight with somebody half decent? I don't know the situation, but he just disappears, doesn't he? He says he's going to do this, says he's going to do that. Comes on Instagram, he's never looked as good. He's never had bigger biceps. Never, he's on pads with his dad. And then
his dad.
Yeah, he's on pads in back garden with his dad and all that sort of stuff.
Is that trying to keep costs down, going dad on pads, or get a proper trainer if you want to do something, or is it just a cash out and he's had enough?
Yeah, I think I wish he for what he's done already. I wish he was loaded. So if you're in a good position,
should be loaded, shouldn't he? Should be loaded, David.
Yeah, it should be. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I'd be a lot happier if he didn't need money. If he didn't need money, I'd be a lot happier. So I'm hoping he's not coming back for that. And I wish he'd been paid more when he were taking them beatings, because I don't think he got a lot against Ortiz,
You don't
or
think
Price.
He didn't win a round against either, did he?
No, but I don't think he got a lot of money for it either.
Oh no, he didn't. He got a fair bit for Price, but he didn't get no for Ortiz. And he's probably thinking he can get another Price fight, but his stars aren't weighing in it now. The opportunity he would offer Dubois, and I think he might have done Dubois then. He'll regret that. Listening to Hearn and Barker, that'll haunt him till the day he dies, mate. Haunt him, but they don't care. Eddie don't care.
You know when they described when Joe Fraser's lad Marvis was fed to Mike Tyson, they said it was the closest thing they've ever seen to murder in a ring.
Yeah.
Well, I think Dave Allen Ortiz were a close second.
I think David Price won. Well, they all thought David Price were knackered, but it was just target practice for Pricey, wasn't it? And then big big
Yeah.
chuck shots coming in on you. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
And one thing you can say about David Price, he could punch, couldn't
He put Joshua on planet orbit.
he? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Up here, they give him a smelling salt job, sat him on an exercise bike. That's a true story, that. Up here, EIS, before Olympics, wasn't it?
I can believe it.
So
And
it's,
that'll have been with head guards on, won't it?
yeah. Hey, listen, if big truck hits you, you're going to sleep. You're going to sleep. Deontay Wilder, he's offered Ruiz 70%. They're all offering 70%. So when the fighters started making offers and all that, what's good with promoters doing all this? Oh.
Well, I think it's to do with what you were saying earlier regarding other fighters just parking up and waiting, getting too greedy. What happens, mate? They've got that much money already, some of them, where they're not willing to get out of bed for a certain figure. If it's not that, it's not worth it to me. I can't be asked to get in the gym. I'm not going to put it online if it's not this money, because they've already got that much money. They've made it, haven't they?
Yeah.
And only way they can motivate themselves if they see this magic number that is money beyond the wildest dreams. That's what does it. Otherwise, they say it's all right. I'm happy with my 30 mil that I've got in bank. Unless you're going to give me another 20, I'm not interested. I'm not going to get out of bed for 5 because I've already got 30. I think that's how the minds work.
Well, Fury's only crying over 5 million, isn't it? That's all.
Yeah.
5 million. What's all that about? I
I
can't
don't
get
get it.
around it. Can't get my head around it. He can't spend it. He even said he can't spend what he's got. So what are they doing? They're just taking a piss on fans. They're pissing on us from Penthouse, aren't they? They're taking a piss on us. They're like, pissing on us. Fury power. Bricktop power. Piss on me. Piss on me, Franklin. Frank Warren pissed on me. Mongs. These fans are mongos. Utter goonies. Have you seen some? Listen, mate, you want to see some of the stuff I get sent? These people are sickos, mate. I swear to God, these people are fanatical. They're fanatical. Richard, you've seen some of the stuff I get sent. They're not normal. Listen, all I'm going to say is this, right? All I'm going to say is this. You know, in England, in the UK, we have prisons and we have nut houses. And thank God for nut houses in England. Thank God, dear God, thank you for giving us nut houses in England. Because there was places for these people to go when they get caught. Sick, mate. It does crazy things to boxing fans, doesn't it? You know, all these videos and stuff, don't they? Interviews.
I've seen some emails you've got sent, mate, and it's not good reading. It's pretty scary stuff, isn't it?
Scary? Scary? They're sending pictures of me to my email out here. So I don't really take them. I have to save them all. It's a joke, isn't it? What is that? What is that? I had that a bit ago at my home. The Cunnies be like that. Not my place of work, but all I say is this: smile for the cameras. when you fly back, tonight.
About 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours time.
To where?
Manchester.
Have you got that limo thing picking you up?
Yeah.
You're no mate now.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how much you charged you. Tell them what I charged you.
I got charged 100, same as A1 taxes, 120 quid.
From Manchester to Rotherham. In a limo. Yep. That's not bad, that is it?
Not bad, mate. Not bad at all.
But you could pay 100 quid in a Mondeo, so you'd go in limo all day, wouldn't you?
125 quid with A1 taxes.
So it's cheaper than A1 tax. I thought it was about 110 or something for a normal tax. 125 quid for one way.
Yeah, that's how much he quoted me last time I got in touch with him.
So how did you find limo? Did somebody just call you over there in Manchester?
I just noticed that they were picking somebody up last time I came flying back, took number down and gave him a call, and that were it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What you got planned for the weekend? Boxing?
I'm not sure. There's only a couple of decent fights on. I fancy that Smith fight.
Smith against Dalton Smith?
Yeah, I fancy that. I've got to keep wife happy this weekend. I've been away a couple of weeks. She flew out last week, so it weren't too bad.
Go on.
I've got to do whatever wife says this weekend. But
go on, you mucky pup. Rather you than me. I hope you're well. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on. And I'm gonna drown my sorrows. I'm not drinking, haven't I? It feels a bit odd, you know, not having a beer. It's only been a week.
Me
Like,
too. Me
feels
too.
odd.
Me too. But I'm sat in this lounge and paid €50 for that lounge, and I'm drinking iced tea. It don't seem natural, does it?
Somebody says to me, "You're all right. You seem different." I says, "Yeah, I'm struggling in real world here, mate. Eh, It's just what happens when you don't have hope. Help! Help! You might see me
This is
struggle off some goalposts or something like this way. I'm really struggling."
Yeah, it's tough when you can't self-medicate with some wine.
Yeah, wine, yeah. It's not wine I want. Right then, Richard, I love you and leave you. Thank you for coming on. It's always a pleasure. I got a text message off Julie. He said to pass Richard his best on and he hopes you're well.
Brilliant. I'll send him a text after the weekend boxing, see what he thought. It's always
All
a pleasure
right.
to hear from Julian. And
All right.
sorry I've been a bit quiet, mate, but it's a bit quiet in here, so I've had to
No problem,
tone
mate.
it down a bit.
We'll catch you up the next few days. Peace out.
All right, Paul. See you later, bud.
Bye. Bye.